What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the wacky worm. I fished it a couple different ways, but in this particular day I was fishing it extremely slow. It was foggy, no wind, like a sheet of glass. So on this day I would pitch it out and work it very, very slow. As you'll see, if you stay tuned and check out the end of this intro, you'll see how slow I actually fish it. But I wanted to talk about a little bit how I fish it. One, Gary Yamamoto. Wacky worm. Pink's my favorite color. Whatever color you like, whatever bait you have confidence in. Some of you guys already know how to do all this, and some of you guys don't. So I'm just trying to educate some people, help them out. Fold the wacky worm in half. So that's your center. I'm gonna take your O-ring tool. See the little O-ring on there? You're gonna insert it in there. About halfway, take your fingernail. You can pull that O-ring down and snap it right on there. Go ahead and fold it in half again. Make sure you have it in right in the center. So when you throw it out, you twitch it. It falls to the bottom, and you twitch it up, and it has this natural fall. A lot of times you don't want to work it too fast. The slower, the better. The wacky, too much incorporating too much play in it sometimes will hurt you. But you have to let the fish tell you what they want. Because I fished this and I caught my biggest bass ever on a wacky worm, twitching it, kind of like a suspended jerkbait. With that being said, I wanted to talk about the worm and the two hooks I use. This is Owner, and what do we got? The Berkeley Fusion. I use the Berkeley Fusion more now, but I used the Owner 1/0 for a long, long time. It just became more expensive and harder to, come by. And they're expensive too, but it's got that weed guard. I'll have to show you. They both have weed guards. I fish a wacky worm always with the weed guard on a medium power pole. It's a Ducket Magic Micro. We got a Shimano reel, 2000 series, no 2500, 15-pound braid. And normally, if I'm not fishing in the trees and stuff, I have a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, which is okay. And if the bite's really tough, I'll switch it down to an 8, 6 with the medium power pole. I tend to break it just the way I set the hook, and just something I haven't adjusted to. So I always tie on a leader. Have to have a leader. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tie this wacky worm on here. So once again, the Fusion 19 by Berkeley. Check it out. It's got that weed guard on it. You see it? That weed guard. You can push it down. It goes right on the back of that barb. And if you pull oh so slightly, you can fish this through trees. When you're having a tough time getting a bite, and everybody's pitching, everybody's flipping, everybody's throwing spinner baits, the wacky worm in the trees, man, up your test, lily pads, is a killer. Has been for me in the past. I don't pick up the wacky worm enough actually anymore because I like power fishing. But we're going to slide my fluorocarbon through there. And all I'm tying is a cinch knot. It's a very simple knot. You just wrap it. Pinch your fingers down. Keep that loop. So it creates a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's with 10-pound line. Now, if you got thinner line, you might have to go a little more, a little less. You kind of figure it out, but you can feel it when you tension it. Then you stick your tag in back through that loop. Wet your line. And pull it down. I like to push. I like to kind of pull both ways till I get it till it touches the eye. And then maybe wet it again and then pull your main line. You can see it sits right on down. And I'll give a little tug on the tag in and cut it off. It's pretty simple. It's a good technique, especially if you're a beginner or you got little kids or just want to catch some fish and a bunch of fish. If you fish it slow and right, depending on the weather and the conditions, you can do very, very well. So, a ring in the middle. I take the hook and I will skin hook the worm and come out on the other side of the O-ring. See that? Pretty simple. Take that little weed guard, put it down, put it on the keeper. Pretty simple. And that, my friends, is how you rig up the wacky worm, how I fish the wacky worm. It's very slow when it's slick, calm. Long pause. 15-second pause. I caught this fish. Check it out. Just one bounce. Yeah, I could see shad flickering. No. Woo. Nice. That's not a bad fish. Come on. Ooh, almost lost that sucker. You guys see that? 3-4, man. Not a bad fish. 3 pounds. 3 pounds. 3.48. Not a bad fish. Let's let her go.